Phil's digging is in Jonathan's Cave, named after a 19th century man who made it his home. And it's just one of several caves at Wemyss that not only contain Pictish carvings, but seem to encapsulate centuries, even millennia, of Scottish history. But all the archaeology along this coastline is now seriously at risk from rising sea levels and unstoppable coastal erosion. And that's why we've decided that this dig has to be a multi-period excavation. This is probably the last chance to record the heritage of the Wemyss caves, and every one has its own story to tell. Our next target is the Well Cave, which lies underneath the remains of the medieval Macduff's Castle. As well as a rumour of a secret tunnel connecting the cave to the castle, it's also believed that from the 10th to the 15th century, this was home to Christian hermits.
This is a big open area.
Yeah, it's about 12 metres in diameter.
It's high too.
Yeah.
Look, you've got the inscriptions on that side.
Well, they date from about 1860, 1861.
These carvings may be more recent, but they do have a special significance for the archaeologists on the dig. They're from the mid-19th century, when Wemyss became a popular Victorian attraction, as antiquarians, the forerunners of today's archaeologists, began to uncover the cave's rich history. Unfortunately, some of the methods used in the investigations were far from ideal.
Archaeology at this period wasn't really a science. It wasn't a subject that really come into existence. These were learned gentlemen who were inquiring about Scotland's past, and their qualifications was essentially to be a gentleman and to have the money to indulge their passion and interest.
Do we have any idea if they found any finds in those digs?
Well, yes and no. The records from those early explorations show that a number of finds were made, ceramics and a few other iron objects, but the descriptions and so on they gave them were relatively poor, and these artefacts weren't actually collected.
The technology and methods being used today are a bit more sophisticated. As part of an ongoing project implemented by Fife Council, the caves are now being digitally mapped.
We're getting a scan of about 5mm resolution here.
Well, it's a point every 5mm.
Yeah.
The laser scanning will create a high-definition 3D model of the caves, recording them for posterity. And once the Well Cave has been scanned, we're going to put in a couple of trenches for our own investigation.
Oh, what's that?
Over in Jonathan's Cave, Phil and Raksha are finally through the layer of 20th century rubbish and appear to have found, well, some earlier rubbish.
That ain't the sort of thing you have at a party, is it?
No,
Like
not
loads of
really.
wire. So, I mean, that could be where somebody's been living in here.
It looks like Phil has hit an occupation layer, but unfortunately these finds are much too late to be Pictish. So far, the only evidence we have of these elusive people are the carvings.
Hello, my name's John Gator. Time Team is fan-funded by Patreon. This vital support helps us to make new episodes. Joining Patreon gives you access to exclusive interviews, 3D models and masterclasses, plus lots more.